Chita Diaries. I have been celebrating 1 year of having this platform this week, and every day of this week I've uploaded a video, and this is my final one. This is part 5. If you've been watching from the very beginning, since Monday, thank you so much. I hope you've been enjoying these videos, and if you're here for the first time, I definitely do catch up if you want to. But yes, in today's video I will be talking about hair gurus, okay, and this YouTube or influencer life and what my thoughts are on it, how I have fared as a content creator, a very small one, in fact, like a micro influencer to some extent. In fact, I can't even call myself an influencer, I'll just call myself a content creator. Just what it's been like, and what, I would like to say about the experience, or what I feel about, this industry or business that YouTube and hair care has become. So, for starters, let me just say that if it wasn't for the women, who began YouTube or hair blogs about 10 years ago, maybe just slightly over 10 years ago, and taught us how to take care of our hair for free, for those women who had nothing but good intentions and just did that for our sakes, all those years ago, and just began this movement, if it wasn't for them, I would not be sitting here with my little afro, like, that's for sure. Maybe I would be, but no, like, there's a 99% chance that, this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for people who tirelessly and just, out of the goodness of their hearts, made content, to help people take care of their hair. That original natural hair movement is, is something that we all have to applaud, okay? Like, I'm grateful to those women, and it was nice, that they did that for us. But fast forward to 2018 and where we are now, and hair influencers, or even just YouTube in general, and the natural hair care community, or just the healthy hair care community, all these products that are being made, it is an industry and it is a business, and platforms like YouTube, Facebook, like, anyone can get on them, okay? So while those women were doing, what they could back then, just giving us all this invaluable information, people rising up, watching them, or just reading their content and just, thinking, I should be the next guru, like, I want to be the next guru, okay? Some of them, were just passionate and knew how to take care of their hair and share tips. Some were actually professionals, but there's just been this wave of people, myself included, and the first time I heard this term was from my sister, and I laughed so hard, but like, even to this day, like, it cracks me up. But if someone isn't a professional, like, if you're not certified, okay, in your field, and I'm not just talking about here, it could be anything that you're trying to create content for. If you don't have an actual certification, okay, if you aren't a professional, you are nothing but a Google ninja, okay? And the first time I heard that from my sister, like, I laughed so hard, but it's the truth, okay? You are nothing but a Google ninja, and you have absolutely no right to enforce rules, okay? And make these commandments that you just expect people to follow. And that is what, it's become. I mean, initially people had, all these rules that they set up, and they worked for a lot of people. A lot of people's hair is better for it. My hair is better for it. But it's become this, it's almost like a religion, and this, like, commandments that everybody must follow. And someone breaks those commandments, it's like a big deal, and people will just troll you and tell you what to do. And so there's that aspect where, it's almost like a religion, and then there's another aspect where people are just obsessed with hair. Okay, again, myself included, I have been that person before, and they're just so aggressive. We are just so aggressive. Like, we will see someone minding their own business, living their lives, and we just feel the need to tell them how to take care of their hair, just because they're using a sulfate shampoo, or just because they're using hair grease. And by the way, one of my first, I think it was like my second or my first video on Facebook a year ago, okay, I had some serious BALLS, to come up on Facebook, like just fresh onto these streets, I had the confidence of a cockroach, and I did this video where I was just being so aggressive and telling people who use darks and blue magic not to do it because it's bad for your hair. and using it is just so ignorant, and we need to like rise up from that because it does nothing for your hair, like stop using it. I made a video like that, and I was so serious because I was just doing this thing where you've been watching content for so long and you feel you can help people out, but you're not really helping them because you're not a professional. You're just being a Google ninja. Like all you've done is watch 100 videos and you feel you're this professor in hair care and you can just start your own channel or start your own page. So that video is out there. I haven't deleted it because it shows growth. Like at least I must always remind myself of my humble beginnings. But that's just an example of what people do, where you just come up and you watch like so many things and just regurgitating content. You're not a professional, you're just doing research, random research, and you're diagnosing people's hair issues when you're not a professional. So I feel like that's a problem that a lot of hair gurus have, okay, or just self-acclaimed hair gurus. And some are like legit pompous. Some, like, we generally just start channels like, oh, like, here I am, just to give you some tips, blah, 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 blah. But then there's some people who even call themselves hair gurus and like, I'm one of those people that's really helped this hair care movement, and it's like, sis, you've been around for 6 months, and anyways, I won't get into that. But yes, that is something that I've had to grow out of. Like I've matured this past year, and I realized that it shouldn't be that deep, and I would just talk about something. Yes, so yes, there are hair gurus, hair gurus, quote unquote, who are so aggressive or who just yell at you and tell you what to do and insist you must do this or do that to grow your hair out. And that's a lot because they aren't professionals and they need to calm down, okay, with the Google ninja-ness, myself included. And I think I have calmed down. At least I try. There are moments when, like I like on a bad day, like I'll throw someone in the comments and tell them what to do, but I've been trying to just control myself and let people live their life. So there's that aspect. 1. 2, if you're someone, okay, who has really nice hair and you don't follow any of these commandments that have to do with healthy hair care, but your hair looks just as nice as someone who does, I feel like we need to leave you alone and not harass you, okay, when we see you using grease on your scalp, or when you see you just doing things that we aren't supposed to do with our hair. I feel like people need to respect each other, and people have said this, like in the recent past, people have been like, we need to calm down, okay, with all these natural hair rules. If something works for you, continue to use it. If you use hair grease, you use Dax, you use Blue Magic, you don't use coconut oil or whatnot, and your hair is fine, continue to use it. Live your life. And we shouldn't yell at someone when you see them doing that, or if we see them doing a video. And this is something I've seen, oh my goodness, dare you make a video talking about how you grease your scalp? Like people will just come at you and be like, that's bad, don't tell people to use grease on the hair. If it's working for somebody, like let them live their lives. They're just showing that this is literally my hair type and it works for me. Like, let's leave them alone. We shouldn't be so aggressive. So in the same way, we need to leave people alone who are doing stuff to their hair that typically isn't okay, but it works for them. Like they have amazing genetics that just allow them to do whatever they want to their hair. We should leave them alone. So they should do the same and leave people like us alone. So if there's someone who uses hair grease or Vaseline on their hair and their hair is fine, they shouldn't feel they have the right to come to people with struggle hair like mine and then tell me that I'm doing too much to my hair, and then tell people who might have struggle hair like me and saying, don't listen to her, you're just wasting your money, use Vaseline or use Dax and your hair will be just fine. I feel like they shouldn't insult us as well, because even we, are trying to live a happy, peaceful life with our hair products and our hair journey. So I feel like we need to respect each other. And just with regards to, once again, I won't even call them hair gurus anymore with Google ninjas. They really aren't professionals. I mean, it's like, just imagine if there was like a whole platform of people diagnosing like medical conditions and they aren't professionals. Like all they've done is watch 100 videos of other people talk about medical conditions, and then they think they can diagnose your health condition. Like, don't take everything that YouTubers say as the gospel truth. I know some of them might be really aggressive and some of them might be very convincing, but if something doesn't work for your hair, respect it. Like, listen to your hair. Like, it's telling you this isn't going to work for me. Don't try it, like, you know, like over and over again, and just do the most, you know, when your hair doesn't want you to do that. So yes, some tips are extremely helpful. I have learned a lot on YouTube. I'm grateful. Like I continue to learn on YouTube. I can share tips with you. I can passionately express myself, but don't take these influencers, you know, so like too seriously. I know it's very easy to fall prey to that, but you shouldn't, you know, just open yourself up to be that naive. And I have been there before, you know, but just, you know, like, let's try and just calm down. And even just as content creators, you know, we should stop yelling at people in the comments. Sometimes I do it even like on other people's pages, but you know, let's just try to not be as aggressive, you know, and with telling people what to do, because we aren't professionals. We are just Google ninjas, you know, like we need to stop doing that. And yeah, that's what I wanted to address. So if you're somebody, okay, who has amazing genetics, like amazing genetics, and you're seeing all this content about people being on healthy hair journeys and spending thousands on hair products, if your hair is fine, okay, don't fall into the hype, you know. Don't fall, like, if your hair is fine, like, continue to live your life. Like, if it looks as good or even far better than somebody who's doing the most, just continue with what works. Like, do what works for you. Like, if your hair is okay with it, it accepts it, so you don't have to spend thousands, you know, trying to live a lifestyle that you don't necessarily need when your genes are already dope like that. So that's what I wanted to say, you know, with regards to that issue. And yes, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched each and every single one of these videos this week, I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think on, you know, today's topic as well. And yes, I would definitely see you around. My plan was to end this series by doing a silk press, so literally blow drying and flat ironing my hair, but life has happened. And to be honest, I don't even know when I'm going to do a video after this, only because I have school. So I am a distance student, so once every semester I have 2 weeks of residential school and then 2 weeks of exams right after that. So I'll be going on leave from work, and this time of the year is usually extremely stressful for me. So I know I won't be making any videos for at least a month, and that's why, you know, I have made 5 to keep you entertained. Maybe I might squeeze in like 1 or 2 like over the next month or so, but I really doubt that I will. Like, I'll be so busy. But if you're writing exams as well, come here. Hugs. We need prayers at this point, because, you know, like, it's too late for us to say study hard. Like, we just need divine intervention. But anyways, if you're writing exams as well, all the best, you know, may we succeed. And yes, you know, thank you for the support this past year. May the next year be just as lit and even more lit as this one has been. And yes, just thank you so much for everything, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one, or just see you around. Bye.